What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another Fridge Financials video. We are back with the undervalued stocks from A to Z portfolio series, and today we are now on to the letter J. So if you're excited for today's video, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those bell notifications for all future uploads. We just released the video at the time of recording this. We were just releasing the video on I. Take a look at what stock I was to go see what is going on. We are now into letter J, and we are continuing to go through the series from A all the way to Z. And today's video, we will do an actual portfolio update because I bought the shares before recording it because I've been behind on some of the videos here. So bear with me on that one as per usual. But as you know, if you're not, or if you're brand new to the series here, we're going to be looking at the stock that starts with letter J from two different perspectives. TraderDaddy software that you'll see on my screen now, and then also my spreadsheet where I look at intrinsic value basing off of assumptions for the future about where the price could be for the stock. So we got two different ideas, put them together, creates a stock that I think is undervalued that could have some potential for the long term. So that's what we're going to be getting ourselves into for today's video. So without further ado, going on to the TraderDaddy software, if you're looking for access to this software here, link down below in the description. And if you are signed up under my link specifically, you are entered in for a chance to get a free month of this software. The software's got options data, it's got long-term investment, it's got a screener, it's got a journal, it's got everything here for you that I think you would need in order to become a better trader. A lot of education. You also get access to Zoom calls every single week that they have free for the members that are on TraderDaddy, so you could use those as well to ask questions. It's a huge, huge learning experience, and you know I'm all about the educational thing, right? So link down below, and again, for every 10 members that are active, we're going to give away one free membership for a month. So if I have, 30 members, I have to give away 3 of them, okay? And I was the one who's been able to I'm the one who's making that connection happen, okay? So keep that in mind. Trying to give back to the community as much as I possibly can. I was able to reach out to the developers, make this connection, and say, hey, let's do this. And we are able to do that for you guys. So we're giving away months of this membership here. All you got to do, sign up with my link in the description below. Without further ado, we go in the research tab here. You see where it says long-term here. We go to the long-term one. And again, the long-term section here gives you a score of a stock from 0 to 100 based on profitability, growth, valuations, other things you want to take a look at here. And we're on to letter J. And you take a look at letter J, you might have like JP Morgan Chase, you have Johnson & Johnson, for example. But believe it or not, the stock that I actually like, which doesn't seem to have the best score, is actually JD.com. I know. Johnson & Johnson's a very, very good dividend company to look at. It's got a pretty decent score for that reason. I get it. It makes sense. JP Morgan and Chase, I was like, I liked JD.com. Joby, I know, is another one with aviation and with, the rivalry they have with ACHR and trying to, do those kind of things. But as you can see, those numbers are crazy. The revenue growth is amazing, obviously, but, take a look. We're going to look at the JD.com numbers here. And again, it's mixed for a reason. They also let you know that this is a stock that is based in China. It talks about the currencies and all that kind of stuff. So just keep that in mind. This stock is now one I have the strongest conviction on right now, so there's going to be a lot less allocated to the stock for that reason. And we're going to break down the numbers a little bit and look and see what's going on here. Some flags that you will see, obviously. Net margin being 1.1%. It's like, okay, that's kind of crappy, I think. Operating margin being negative, not ideal. Return on assets and return on equity, again, not the most ideal. I do like the debt to equity is relatively small for this company here. I believe they work in retail. Yes, they do. They work in the retail section of. It's kind of people have said like years and years ago, and I don't know if it's more recent, but talk about more like an Amazon version of it, but more in China than here. I don't know, man. I've seen them a lot. Basically, they are like an e-commerce, or they're like a commerce kind of thing with retail and selling, products online, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. Again, didn't put a lot of money into it. Debt to equity being very low, though, is very good. I do like that a lot. Having their interest coverage at 6.5 times, again, at least they can cover it, which is great. Gross margin 16%, not ideal, obviously. We just did the last video was on Intuit, and that one had 80% gross margins. This is 16%. Revenue growth being double digits is very, very nice. I like that. I love that. I want more of this double-digit revenue growth here. Earnings per share growth is kind of disgusting at negative 68%. Don't like that to see as much. This is them talking about the Chinese currency here that you'll see here. So it's in trillions, but it's not the revenue. That's their currency revenue, not the US dollar one as much. But what I will say I do like is that you have the P ratio that is going to be shrinking, which is good, which means they're continuing to grow their earnings, which I like. A little bit more of a, tiny bit more of a volatility play here in this case for that reason. Not for that reason, but it's more a little bit more of a volatile play than just investing in the markets, which again means you have more swings in the stock. And they have very, very cheap on cash generation, which is very good. They do have cash flow positive, which is very, very good to see as well. A lot of buy ratings coming in for the analysts here, which is very good. And they also do in fact have a dividend of 3.28%, which is not too bad. So it's a dividend play, but you also hopefully have some potential upside here. Again, they have a low debt to equity number. They're growing their revenues, which is good to see. They're going to be reducing the PE ratios, which again is very, very good to see. They are profitable, not by a lot. They're on the skin of their teeth. They're profitable here. So this is kind of like an okay-ish stock that we're looking at in terms of this portfolio. There wasn't really a lot, honestly, as much. Again, Johnson & Johnson was one maybe, but even so, I don't know. I was like, I think JD.com, the high it was at was about $42. Now we're down about $29 or so. So a little bit of a pullback we've had in the stock in the last year or so. And then again, I was like taking a look at their balance sheet on my end here with my spreadsheet, and it's not bad. It's got a $41 billion market cap US dollar, as we'll see here. With their analyst earnings per share compounded annually with their growth over the next 3 to 5 years, 27.77%. Forward earnings per share is 3.28. Bear, base, and bull case are all listed here, which makes sense. Again, $8 for a PE ratio. Makes sense because the forward one is coming down to about 7.3. Right now it's at about 18. So right now it's a little bit high on the end, maybe compared to their other sector of retail, for example, like in Kohl's or Abercrombie & Fitch, maybe those kind of retail companies they might have heard about and seen and everything. But in taking a look here, there actually is still some potential upside if this company can kind of continue to grow themselves, right? Bear case is negative at $23, which again is still to the downside, which we do not like to see as much. Base case, $31.73. Bull case, 1 year, about $40 or so, which you're looking at about a 30% upside from now until the next year out or so. Again, upside is about 38%, which again is still very good because that puts it performing better than the S&P 500 historically annualized, which is 10%, 10 to 12% here. So not a bad play if these numbers can hold true to what they are expecting. It's not, again, an ideal stock to take a look at, which is why if you take a look, and I pull up the stock here of JD.com, you'll see that I have a very, very small position in JD.com. And again, take a look at the charts here. Again, it's very, very much at this level of support, about $28 or so. So I bought in at $29.47. And again, first level to break has got to be this level right here of 31.71. It's got to break it. It's got to hold true to it. And then after that, we're going up to 35 or so, which if it goes from 35 to 29, you're looking at about, I don't know, like a 15-ish% upside maybe. Let's take a look and see here. So here's some levels. Let's say that 29 point, whatever, right around here, let's say. Goes back on up, it goes about 35 or so. You're looking at about 20% upside there, which still is not too bad to break that one. But if we can break 35, we're on our way up to about the $45-ish mark, which does in fact line up with our nice spreadsheet of about $40 or so for the 1 year, bull case that we'll see here. So not really quite sure what we're going to be looking at just yet for the stock here, but I feel there's some potential. I think that if you're looking to get into a stock, we want to wait for a little bit more of a pullback, more about the $26-ish mark. As you'll see, it's got some nice support around that $26 mark here. Again, it was as high as 45. I don't know if they went any higher than that. Let me see. Did they go any higher than that? It was up as high as $95. That is insanity. Insanity. And you can see it's kind of like a head and shoulders pattern here. Here's the shoulder, here's the head, here's another shoulder here. So, I don't know what that's going to do maybe. Maybe we'll go back down to the 20s. I don't know. But going back up to 95, I'm not expecting 95. I'm looking at like 40-ish as a bull case here. If we can get a target 1 year from here to about $40, we're still making, 20, 30% upside on the stock, which again, to me, is a very, very good return, and it beats the S&P 500's historically annualized return. Take a look at all the positions now that we'll see, because now I can be able to review what we've got to this point. As you'll see, I put in $50 into JD.com. I put in $90 into Intuit. And here are the other positions that we've done from previous videos. Now, taking a look at the overall ones, big winners so far. Big winners. Adobe up 7.5% already. Very, very nice to see. Salesforce up 8.7%. Amazing. Robinhood up 12.85% so far. Love it. Big negative, First Solar, which was unfortunate because that was one of my bigger convictions, and we're down about $10. But again, the diversification is there. We put a lot of money into it, so that can kind of offset the overall portfolio, percentages for that reason. But this is our current holdings. A through J are in the books. And how many do we have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're almost halfway through. The one thing also that really sucks about doing this series here is that since I can't record every single day, because, I'm busy and doing, my actual job and everything else. Stocks could have earnings. Stocks could have, big moves, for example. So we'll kind of wait and see what those are going to look like. But this is it. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you made it this far in the video, as always, make sure you like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on those bell notifications as per usual. If you're looking for access, not to that. If you're looking for access to the TraderDaddy software, use the link down below if you would like to be entered in for a chance to get 1 free month of the membership. A lot of education here. There's something for everybody here. Take a look at it. Link in the description below, as per usual, as a way of me giving back to my community for supporting me throughout all this time here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you make money in the market in some way, shape, or form. And as always, I will see you guys in the next Fridge Financials video.